Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to the channel. I'm happy you're here today, but we're doing something different. This intro is being filmed about 9 a.m. Tuesday morning as we are prepping for Hurricane Milton. It is scheduled to arrive just about half an hour south of us. And that means that we are going to get some extreme weather Wednesday night into Thursday morning. This is going to be more of a vlog style video, not a lot of editing. If you are a person who just usually watches for decorating content, this one you can just skip right over if you want. But I thought it was important to kind of document this because I've lived in Florida my whole life and I have never been this worried about an approaching storm before. Typically, I don't know, I feel like not too worried usually. You know, we do preps and we do what we need to do, but I don't feel scared. And this one's got me a little bit scared. So I wanted to document this and share with you the lead up to Hurricane Milton. So you guys, today is Sunday before Hurricane Milton hits. We are still uncertain about the track. It looks like it might come straight across Central Florida. And if that does happen, obviously that would be the worst case scenario for my area for sure. There's a couple of different models that show that it may end up going south. I'm just making a U-turn here because I need to get gas. And I'm a little concerned because the gas station that I just passed that I'm turning around to go to has a line to the street. So anyway, the track looks like it's gonna come straight over the top of us, which is very concerning. And so I thought I should get some gas and maybe go get some ice. That way, if our power goes out, I can keep my meats and stuff cold. But take a look at this line. It's actually not as bad right now as it was just a moment ago when I came around the corner. But it is definitely a lineup of people trying to get gas. Everybody's waiting, and I don't know if you can see that through all of the trees, but yeah, things are looking a little bit worrisome. So hopefully as the week progresses, we get some better news as far as where the track will end up. Obviously, if it takes a southerly turn and heads more down towards the Fort Myers area, then that would be better for my area. Obviously, I don't want it to go down there either because I don't want it to go anywhere, but I don't get to decide that. So we'll see how it goes.
Peninsula during the day on Wednesday. So there is certainly the potential for life-threatening storm surge inundation across much of the Florida West Coast, including some areas that were recently affected by Hurricane Helene and are quite vulnerable here to any additional storm surge impacts.
So it is Sunday afternoon, early evening. We just got all of the furniture and everything else picked up off the patio area and the porch area. We still have the chickens out free ranging, so they'll go in their coop tonight. And we've got all day tomorrow to finish preparing. We have plenty of water. If our power goes out, we are set as far as we've got solar lights, we've got solar light bulbs, we've got what we need. So hopefully this won't turn into a major catastrophic event. It's all in God's hands anyway. Okay guys, it is Monday morning before Milton. I am heading to get some sandbags because we do have a few sections over by that patio side door there that does sometimes pile up with water and get flooded. So I'm headed there to grab a few sandbags. So let's get this done. So we're kind of having a gloomy day, and oddly enough, this has nothing to do with Hurricane Milton, which is approaching because it's still way out in the Gulf. This is, they're telling us, some sort of other front that is coming through that's unrelated, but man, does it feel gloomy and gross out. Surprisingly, there's a lot of people on the road. I'm sure everybody's up early, kind of doing what I'm doing, trying to prep and plan and make sure everything's in order. Schools are closed in my county today. The storm's not set to hit until Wednesday. They're not really giving us a definitive time, but they're saying sometime late afternoon. They're saying even potentially early afternoon. So, you know, Wednesday pretty much is a wash all day, depending on the track of the storm. And it's only Monday morning. So I have a feeling that, you know, they closed the schools so that people can prep and plan and shelters can be open. They have ordered some mandatory evacuations for the coastal areas. I'm not in a evacuation zone. I'm actually pretty far inland. So I'm hopeful that we will stay high and dry. I'm only going to get a few sandbags. Some locations were open over the weekend for sandbag filling, but unfortunately none near my area. So I'm hopeful that this one still has bags available. They opened at sunup. So here we go. We're about to pull in. I'm seeing a lot of cars pulling in to that section. So hope for the best. It's pretty busy here, so I'm gonna park as close as I can because these things get heavy when you fill them. So I ended up getting 6 sandbags. I didn't want to take too much, plus that's a lot of work lifting sandbags. But loading them in was the nicest part. There was just such the nicest man who offered to help us get it into our trunk, and he made it fast and he made it easy, and I was so grateful for him. And you know what? That's what it's all about, right? Helping each other out. So, you know, I hope that I can pass that along at some point during this storm and help someone else that's in need, because that was a really nice thing that just happened. And it reminded me that, you know, people are good. And sometimes we forget. My daughter-in-law came and helped me with this before her dentist appointment. She's so sweet. She was actually up early also because she was nervous about the storm and not able to sleep, kind of pulling the same gig that I was. So she offered to come help, and I was really grateful because I didn't think about how hard it would be to fill the sandbag and hold it open at the same time. So thank you for all your help. I love ya. So I am headed back home, and we're gonna unload these sandbags and stick them by the side door. So it's Monday afternoon, and I'm just kind of going around the yard picking up, you know, debris, twigs, sticks, things like that that were knocked down from the previous storm. But I just got the newest update from the 11 o'clock advisory, and it looks like Milton is now a category 4 with the potential of becoming a category 5. Now, they did expect some strengthening, so I'm not all that worried, although it is kind of scary to know that a storm that powerful and that big is coming our way, and looks like it's going to pretty much hit the coastline directly where we are. So that's a little unnerving, and I do have some concerns about that. But they did say that they expect it to weaken to a category 3 just as it begins to make landfall. But what that means is that the outer bands are going to be very, very strong while it's a category 5, and probably will be reaching to the coast and inland while it is still a category 4, or if it makes it to a category 5. So that kind of makes me a little bit more wanting to be proactive. So I'm just kind of going around picking up some debris and just trying to, I don't know, just trying to stay busy. I'm a little edgy, and I don't normally feel this way. Usually I'm a really calm person, and I'm the kind of person that usually will just sort of give it to God. But for this one, I don't know. I'm pretty nervous. So we're just gonna kind of do some yard cleanup here and do whatever we can do to, I don't know, prepare, mitigate. So here we go. What I'm worried about is that if you're familiar with hurricanes, typically what happens is you get the outer rain bands and you get early stages of wind before it actually makes landfall when you're kind of where we are, which means that by the time it weakens, it might already have done the damage, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I'm a little stressed over this, but I mean, having it weaken as it approaches the coast would be perfect. Having it weaken sooner than that would be better, but we're just gonna board up a few windows just in case, especially on the downstairs. We only have a few windows downstairs, and we're hopeful that that's really all we need to do. So we're gonna work on that. Sitting out here doing all the cleanup and, you know, doing the windows and stuff, and I'm just looking at the chickens and I'm wondering, do they know like that a really bad storm is coming? Because I mean, they're gonna be in their coop and it's pretty well protected, so I'm not too worried about them, but they're just kind of hanging out like no big deal, guys. Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday morning, about 9 a.m. We've got a lot to do today, but the weather should be pretty good today. We're not gonna start to see things deteriorate probably until later on tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. So on the plan today is I wanna finish laundry and change my sheets. If we do lose power, I don't wanna be having a bunch of dirty laundry piled up. And so that's on the docket, and then run the dishwasher, make sure everything is just clean and ready to go. Later on today, I'm going to drive down to my mom's. She lives about a half hour away. She's 82. A lot of you guys have met her before. She was in some of my earlier videos on my channel. And so we're going to go pick her up because I don't want her to be having to fare the storm alone in case she loses power or anything. So we're going to drive down and grab her, bring her car up here because we are not in a flood area and we're high and dry, and we have enough property where we can park her car away from trees and things like that, which we're going to do that with ours as well. Let's see, what else do we need to do? Really just final preps. We've got just about everything done. I have a 5-gallon plastic water container that I need to get filled up. And yesterday we went to the stores, which is great because bread, milk, all of the things that you would think that you would want to pick up like as a staple for you know, long term, if you had to stay in your house for a couple of days because of storm damage or problems with the storm, the stores are empty. I mean, it's like, no, there's tons of people in the stores, don't get me wrong, but like the shelves are empty. I was thankfully, my daughter-in-law went yesterday and picked up a couple of extra loaves of bread, so she brought me 2 of them. So if you're watching this, thank you. And so that is the plan for the day. My husband is off of work today, so yesterday when I did all the sandbags and everything, he wasn't with me. He was at work, but he's home today, so he's going to help me with the final prep. So the plan today was to get the house cleaned up and ready for us to ride out the storm. If the power were to go out for a few days, I would want the dishes clean and the laundry done. I would want all the house chores finished, so that way there wouldn't be a lot of work to do after the storm. This way we would be able to focus on cleanup and whatever damage might occur. And I also wanted to take care of our ballots. That way when the storm was past, I could get our ballots mailed. Something else I want to take care of is making sure that I have all of my rechargeables charged. So I have this really cute lamp that is a battery powered rechargeable light, and I'm thinking this may come in handy if we lose power. So I want to make sure that's charged. I also want to make sure that my radio is charged because if we do lose power and we lose internet, I'm not going to get weather updates. So the radio is actually a great way to make sure that you stay informed if there's an issue with power. And then another thing that I'm going around and doing is making sure that I've got little battery powered candles in every room. That way I can have easy access to lighting should the power go out. The storm is set to hit like at midnight. So if we have power up until that point, that's great. And then if the lights go out, it's gonna be pitch black in here. And so having easy access to battery powered lighting is going to be a really important thing. And you guys can see it's so dark in here because we've got that board up on that window, and it just makes everything seem so gloomy. Ugh. I just want this to be over. I'm ready for normal life to continue. So we are at Tuesday afternoon. It's about 2:30, and we're gonna be going down south to pick up my mom and bring her back up here. But before I do, I had to sit out here for a few minutes and just really enjoy this gorgeous weather. Usually in the summer and in the early fall in Florida, the humidity and the heat is just oppressive. And one of the silver linings, I guess, to having a massive storm approaching is that the cool breeze comes in, and right now, for some reason, the humidity is like completely gone, and it's absolutely beautiful out here. So I'm really just loving the feel of sitting out here in the sun. And I have a feeling starting tomorrow and probably most of the day on Thursday, we're not gonna have a lot of sun. So there's a plane passing overhead. I want to enjoy the sun while I can, because I mean, sometimes you just have to do that, right? When you have high stress and high pressure things happening, you just have to sometimes take a minute and decompress and just notice the good things around you. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do right now. I also wanted to say that after I picked my mom up, I was kind of talking to her in the car, and I want you guys to stay tuned because I asked her if she had any words of wisdom for anyone out there, and you guys are going to die when you hear what she says. All right, guys, so we're here at my mom's. We picked her up. We're going to head back to the house and hunker down for the next 36 hours.
I don't know who you are, but I'm with her.
That's the emergency. You got to turn that off on your phone.
Yeah. Okay, I'm coming.
All right, Mom, you got any words of wisdom for anybody that is going to be
Don't worry about anything. Just get under the tarp with a beer in your hand. You'll be fine.
Well, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope that everyone out there that is in the path of this storm will stay safe, praying that everyone is bringing family out of harm's way and bringing family together. And you guys, I do have a video set to go live tonight that was scheduled and filmed earlier in the week. So I hope you'll check that out. We're doing some Halloween kitchen decorating. It's gonna be a fun one, a little bit lighthearted and a lot more fun than hurricane prep. So hopefully you'll check that out. And then I will check back in with you guys also after the storm and kind of give you some sort of an update as to how we fared. So thanks for being here with me, guys. And thank you for all the support and all the prayer. Florida definitely needs it, and my family definitely appreciates it. So I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.